said something inappropriate, huh? That's a lit intro. Yeah, I got scared for a second, but that was lit.
Well, we live now. Yeah,
We all the way
definitely
live.
live. So let's say this right. We're gonna introduce ourselves. You know, I'm Jay. I'm Jay.
Hello, hello.
I'm Jay.
I'm Niecy.
This is our podcast, Late Night Talks. You know, we're gonna talk different subjects here. We're gonna talk to the people. Talk about couple advice, relationship advice, marriage advice, kid advice, long lasting advice. I mean, we're gonna talk about it all. You know, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. But first, I want to introduce a special guest. Um, she's somebody who you definitely can go to for information from time to time. She's very intellectual, very smart. And no further ado, we're gonna introduce her. Let's give her. This is sis, you
Thank you,
know.
thank you. That was such a great introduction. Thank you, thank you. I'm Tamara. I'm the sister-in-law. That's Sissy.
Do
Hey,
you
y'all.
wanna tell the people a little bit about yourself before we continue?
Yes. Um, I don't know how to explain me. I'm just one of a kind. It's hard to explain me. But I would say I'm very unbiased and try to see both sides of the conversation, So I feel like I could give a good input to the conversation, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, you can tell the people a little bit about yourself though. Like,
Oh,
who are you? Where you from?
oh,
You
I
know,
was
things
born in
like that.
Cali but raised in Florida. Period. I
Florida
am a
shit.
city girl,
Florida shit, y'all.
but I got a boo. So yeah.
All right. So, got quite a few things we're gonna talk about on this segment. But first, let me see what you do herself.
What's good? What's good? What's good? This is Niecy, aka J Money's wifey. I can hear myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm Niecy, aka J Money's wifey, and I'm ready to get it started. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, I'm Niecy, aka my baby right here. My baby. Almost 5 years, right? Ready? Hater.
They're being weirdos.
But yeah, so let's talk about it, right? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about advice when it comes to relationships, right? So we can start it off like this. A lot of people want to know about longevity and the things that can get them over the hump. I've heard a lot of crazy shit. A lot of crazy shit. I'm not even gonna front. You know, I've heard shit from like if a woman feeds a man before he leaves the house, he'll never cheat.
That's a lie. That's why they got Popeyes.
I mean, damn, Popeyes. That's wild. Nah, that's wild right there. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, niggas get hungry. We like to eat. You know what I'm saying? So this
Hungry and
food,
horny are two different things.
that shit's in like the same category. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with guys, we built different. We have that masculinity. You know what I'm saying? With that comes testosterone. You gotta feed the testosterone. So horny and hungry is something we're probably going through majority of the day. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
So
but if you're hungry, you're not thinking of like. I mean, if you're horny, you're not thinking about a Big Mac. I'm just saying.
I mean, what if I'm hungry? You don't think I'm thinking about pussy?
That's a different subject.
It's the same
I mean, okay,
subject.
yeah,
It's the
okay,
same
but you have to
subject.
think like you when you're thinking if you're saying like, oh, food's the way to a man's heart, right? That's gonna be that's something different than like like okay, so how I'm trying to say like providing sexually and like necessity, like you need food and water to live, right? But once you have all that and you are focusing on other things, it's gonna be about those other things. If you have your basic necessities, you're looking for more. People who are already taken care of basic wise are gonna look for more. I'm talking about motivated people at least. Like you don't want to stay in the same place, right? You're gonna be looking for more. Once you have your basic necessities, you got your food, your water, in your house, you got all that and you're in a good place, you're looking for more. At least people who are not lazy or stuck. So that's when your woman is supposed to be that more for you. They're supposed to be someone who's at the same mental state as you, someone who's evolving with you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense. How do you feel about that? You want to chime in on it? So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna talk some real shit because I think women get men mixed up like with how they think men are, and I think that's the default to women, to thinking they know a man, right? We know women are very emotional creatures, right? We know women can be, yeah, that's real tough. I mean, to come off of it, y'all are emotional creatures. So trying to understand a woman is like trying to understand why the fuck it's so hot in hell, right?
What?
Exactly, same shit. It's like there's no need to understand it. It's just hot and fucking hell. That's just it, right? You know what I'm saying? There's no need to understand it. Figure out who she is. Know what her likes are. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that, right? But with a guy, we're very simple creatures. It's
No, you're
nothing
not.
to it. We are very simple. But what women fail to realize is men have emotions. You feel me? Men have emotions. You know what I'm saying? And I think y'all come
Hold on,
in.
I'm about to interrupt you though.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, because I feel like women are more able to express, more willing to express their emotions, and that's why they come off as emotional creatures than men. You're saying men that have emotions, but they have this lack or of ability to express those emotions.
Right.
So it's not that women are emotional, it's women are more able to open up than men. And I think that's just the way that men are raised. They're men like men are raised to not cry, not show their pain. Yeah, exactly. So it's not that women are too emotional because women are strong. Women can be just as strong as men. It's
Most
just
definitely can.
that how the different genders are raised that men do not show that. And that actually like it makes it harder to understand a man.
Well, technically, and technically not. That's the problem. Is women don't think.
Is it me or you?
But anyway, so I think that women already come with this sense of men don't have this emotional attachment that they don't need to talk about, right? So there's no scenarios where it becomes more, babe, how your day went? Everything was all right with this. Everything was all right with that. Well, what happened? What happened with this? Oh, well, I understand that. Well, what did you do about that? You know what I'm saying? There's no conversation when it comes to that because y'all already think that in y'all head. Well, they already figured that shit out, so they know what to do, right?
I mean, okay. But I also like I get that situation because that's I've been in that situation where I was like, all right, he already handled it. He's already good, whatever. But I feel like communication wise, you can communicate what you want. Like whether it's you blatantly say, "Hey, I had a like terrible day. You didn't even ask me about it. Whatever." You communicate that and you learn your partner through those scenarios. But when it's like, oh, you don't talk about it, you don't bring it up, you don't say anything, of course it's gonna continue that behavior. It's gonna continue in that way. So it's like you have to speak up for the things that you want. You can't expect someone to read your brain. If you never talk about your day or never act like anything's wrong, your partner or someone you're with is never gonna think anything is wrong. I think it's this one.
Yeah, I just feel like
Yeah.
I just feel like communication is key when it comes to like
Yeah.
I just feel like communication is key when it comes to like having a partner. It's very important for like
Is that better?
I
Hello,
don't
hello.
know.
Sorry,
I
guys.
don't know what.
No.
Yeah, so like I just think that communication is key when it comes to a relationship. It's very important, and I think it's like very important to express yourself, even to what like you were saying earlier. You said like you said like men don't like really show emotions and stuff. They don't. Men do not show emotions like whatsoever. Like they're very like they have to be like they have to be like
Like the strong ones,
they
the
have to be
like,
strong
yeah,
all the time. They have to be strong and be like that like kind of like someone you like lean on or something like this.
like
Or
yeah, they're the type of person you lean on, and they don't feel as if they can lean on you because that shows weakness. I feel
yeah,
like males
they do
really
show that.
feel like
Yeah,
if they
that's true.
show their
That's true.
vulnerable side, that they're gonna be viewed as weak. And honestly, I feel like that's the opposite. I cannot tell you, like, I cannot stand someone who cannot communicate their emotions. Like, it's
But I
frustrating.
think like a man's like communication style goes into like I think a big part plays where like how they were raised.
Yeah, of course.
Like how a man is raised, like there's men that like you know that were raised to like be so like strong and like
So
so
closed
like
off.
closed off and like there's no emotions. Like you can't cry or you can't like be expressive stuff, you know? And that's what like men are.
It's yeah, it's just hard to get them. And it's hard to like how can you fully know someone if they don't share that intimate part with you? Because obviously like the part that everyone sees, that's what everyone sees. Don't come home to me and show me what everybody else sees. That's not something special. That's not something that is gonna elevate a relationship. That's not something that's gonna elevate a relationship.
Yeah,
That's not
I'm mad at you.
exactly. Um, that's not something that makes a relationship better. Like being like how you act at work, that's a professional thing. You be professional, and that's just, you don't show emotions, you don't let people see you sweat, you never get into anger, you never get into all these different things, right? But when you come home and you act like that with your partner, how are you ever yourself? How are you
Nah, that's a
ever
fact.
yeah, like how are you yourself? When are you someone who can relax and be yourself around someone else? It's, it's I mean, I feel like it's hard, but when you find the right person, that you can it's easy to do that. And that's when I feel like you found a good person. Someone that
Hmm.
you can like fully talk to and like not worry about like backlash you. I feel like
It's not. It's this one.
you
It's
sure?
definitely this one. Can you
Sorry,
hear me?
man. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure. So, well, let's say this right. I was watching a post. I wish I could have posted the video, but there's this post, and there was this older couple. They've been married for how long was it? Oh, about 49 years. Yeah, like 49 years. And this couple was really like that's a long fucking time. I'm gonna be honest. That's a long fucking time. But um, the man was explaining what he felt. Because you dropped the mic. All right, sorry, we back. All right, so the guy was explaining how he feels a relationship should be, right? And the guy was basically explaining how if a couple gets mad at each other, they don't go around telling their business to anybody, right? They don't say, "Yo, I'm finna hit it. I'm going to go stay at my mom's. I'm going to stay at my sister's. I'm going to do some shit like that." They don't do it. Go get a fucking cover. Go sleep on the fucking couch. I don't agree with the couch shit because I feel like, hey, I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. I'm sleeping right next to your ass, mad than a motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't come to my side. I'm gonna kick your ass off the fucking bed. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna kick your ass off the fucking bed. You feel what I'm saying? Just keep your distance, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? But he explained that, and then a woman came on, the wife came on, and she was explaining how she felt, right? And she said the difference in her generation and this new generation of women. Women have this sense of how can I put it in the words she was trying to say. Women have this sense of failure, right? That they try to avoid. When they feel like it's failure to them, they don't want to deal with the problem, so they automatically think it's time to go. So some women misconstrue love, right? Love being the word. They feel like love is just the butterfly feeling, that you always have to have that feeling. The way she explained it is, it's not just that, because you don't get that all the time. It's the sense of knowing that you made a decision that made sure your marriage was going to be all right. That was her definition of love, the decision making. She said her husband, one thing that he does is before she leaves the house, every time she goes to her purse, her glasses are on the purse. Every single time. Them glasses are going to be on that purse. She said when they first started off, it was every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Then it became a consistent thing. But that's something that she loves. It's something like that. So simple as glasses. And that makes her love him. You feel what I'm saying? So, as a woman, how do you feel about longevity and what can really make it a relationship last? Do you agree with what she said about the butterflies, or do you feel like a relationship always needs to have that spark?
this generation of women are like a lot different from how like old school I should say women are. Like a lot of the women now are like, are you are you gonna shut it up? But like I feel like the women nowadays are like a little more like, I don't know if I can say it, but self. Yeah, like they're very, yeah, yeah, but they kind of do. But most of the things that they're doing, yeah, that's true. But like they're independent stuff, but they're like, they say that they don't need a man. Oh, they're independent and stuff, but they're like, they do all these things to please a man. You feel me?
I feel like it depends how you look on it.
Mhm.
Because for me, when I see it, because, like, okay, if I'm looking from my generation view versus, say, our grandma's generation view, I feel like a lot of it was dependent on a man and a stable man at that. A man who had a job, a man who had it together.
Mhm.
Whereas now, it's women are like, I'm independent. I don't need a man. And I have rights and I have, even though they're taking away our rights. Anyway, sorry. Um, but like I feel like they're finding their self worth and not to be like, I mean, basically being blunt, they feel like I could take a man for advantage, which I feel like is wrong because with my point of view, I really think that I really believe in a balance and I really believe in like a 50-50. And if you were to ask me about that longevity is a balance. So it's things. It's not always about the butterflies and it's not always about, you know, the little things. It's a balance of both, you know, because it shows that you care. I don't need big things all the time because that feels like you're hiding something. That feels like you're making up for something that you feel you lack. And
Yeah.
usually when they do that, it is because they're trying to impress and make up for things that they lack. And that's why I feel like it's a balance of both because the little things show how much you know your partner and how much you care about your partner. Because doing those things consistently, consistency shows how much you care.
Mhm.
Like I could tell you, like the little things that my boyfriend does. He'll bring me coffee, knowing that I had like a long
Yeah, I
day.
feel like the little things do matter because it's
Yeah,
like, I don't know, when a girl gets or a woman gets mad or something like, and then a man is like wondering like why she's mad or whatever, and it's just like a little thing that we pay attention to. You
hmm
feel me?
it's the
And then
little
a
things that get you
man,
the most
yeah,
upset.
like I feel like a man doesn't really like
Realize.
realize or see like how we feel as a
Yeah,
woman, you know?
it's because the little things sometimes matter. Sometimes the little things matter way more
Yeah.
than the big
The
things
big
that you
things,
did.
yeah. And they're
Yeah,
expecting us to say like, "Oh yeah, like it's something like
yeah.
minor."
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they wonder why a little thing turns into a big
A big
thing,
thing.
and
Hmm.
it's because like the little thing made a big difference in
Yeah.
how they viewed the
Or
relationship.
how they responded to it.
Hello, hello. Check one, two, check one, two. I can hear it now. Yeah. I'm
Hello.
trying not to move mine a lot because I don't know if it's the wire or not. So, I mean, if we continue with the conversation, I feel that based on how our, like, because social media is going to kind of steer our generations and the
Infiltrate
way to
something that people
go.
keep on.
Yeah. And I just feel like you have to have a mature mindset. You're either gonna learn it now or later, no matter if it's a friendship or a relationship. It's you're gonna come to the conclusion how you need to treat and talk to people. Because even if you're in a friendship kind of relationship, it's you need to know how to communicate with that person. You need to know how they're feeling in order for that friendship to work, to grow, whatever. So it doesn't only like pertain to like relationship. Like knowing your friends, your significant other, even your family, like you need to know how to talk to certain people and how to get to know certain people and able to grow. I know that with my grandma and how she was raised, I had to realize that how she was raised and then raising her grandchildren, that time difference made a difference. Like she's so stuck in her ways because the generation that she grew up
She was
in,
raised
and
in,
she's
yeah.
not going to understand me.
Right.
And we never had an open conversation about relationships and boyfriends and sex, things like that. So
She
it's
would
like
never talk to us about those things.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to realize that from her generation, they didn't do that with her.
Mhm.
So her like raising kids in this generation where you can find that with a Google search
Yeah.
is so different. And I can't hold that against her. The only thing I can do is verbally communicate outright, no matter how blunt and how uncomfortable it might make me, because I want those answers. And
Yeah.
I would like to know. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't until I was like 20, 21 years old that I really got to know my grandmother. And that was me just being blunt
Is that when
and
you moved
asking her
out?
the
You
yeah,
moved out, right?
yeah, and I was
So
mad
it
at her
took
for a
that long.
long
Yeah.
time and I had to get
Mhm.
over it and I was all like I have to just understand. And same thing with your partner. You just have to understand no matter how culturally different, how time different or knowledge even based difference you guys are,
Mhm.
knowing your partner in a different way and just coming like bluntly saying, just you have to have the courage to just bluntly say and ask the questions that you want to ask. Like the thing that I like about Kevin so much, my boyfriend, is that he will say like, in order for this relationship to grow, I would like for you to ask me the questions that you want to know
That
and
it's
things
to
that
ask.
you
Yeah.
yeah, and things
Mhm.
that you want to know instead of being quiet and just letting me speak and like because yes, they love you to listen, but what they like or I know for anybody, what to know that you're listening and you understand and hear me, ask questions. You know, you have to show that you understand because you yes, listening is a big part of it, but understanding is a way bigger portion of it.
You can listen, but you have to like when somebody's talking to you, you have to like listen to understand what that person's saying, not just like
Take the mic and not let me finish.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me
Yes, I can
though?
hear you.
I gotta put the mouth to my lips.
It has a spit guard and like heat protectant.
Okay. But what was I saying?
You're talking
You
about
have to like,
understanding, listening to
yeah. So you
understand.
have to listen to understand, like when you're talking to like your significant other, because like a lot of the times, like you can feel like somebody's listening, but you're like they cannot
They're not
like feel like
comprehending.
yeah, like they're not
Yeah,
like you're not being heard, you know? Like they
yeah,
just want to like rebuttal or like have something to say
back, yeah.
back, and that's not how it should be. Like
My only difficulty with that and hearing that is that when they're like, "Oh, you always have something to say back." My whole thing is that I feel like I'm very opinionated, and my
mhm.
thing is not to
You are
argue. It's like when I give you my opinion, it's not to
Gemini gang,
argue, huh?
Gemini gang.
Shut
Okay,
up.
keep going.
It's not to argue, and I don't like escalating an argument because who wants to be angry? Who wants to be upset? Nobody.
Right.
Like, why would you choose that?
Mhm.
That's honestly psychotic. If you choose to be angry, that's psychotic. I'd rather be happy, but if I'm giving my opinion, it's not for you to get upset or feel like I'm just saying something to be in the right. My thing is, I'm giving you my opinion so you can see how I think, so you can see where I'm coming from. Because it's like if I just sit quiet and I just let you speak and speak and I just agree, because yes,
Mhm.
you may be saying some things that are right, but if I'm giving my opinion, it's so that we can have a conversation about something where you see where my mindset is, because obviously we have a difference in opinion and we don't have to agree on everything. I don't care if we don't agree on anything, and that's fine, but I would like you to understand. The understanding is a big part of it. I'd like you to understand why I think the way I think. So that, so that for future references and future purposes, you can be like, all right, well, she has kind of mindset that is very independent, that is very opinionated. So she's going to think this way about it. And you could probably predict what I'm going to say or think about something.
That's a fact though, because let's say this: what's a debate?
Anything could be a debate. Like, are you talking about like relationship wise?
Well, I'm just
Because
saying, what's the definition of it?
okay, so for example, your girl going out without you. That would be something to debate. Me, I would say like I don't think that's a problem, but in certain cultures, in certain ways that you were grown up, some cultures like the women to be very homebody, and that's it. But in my opinion, I'm like, if I give you no reason to mistrust me and I am independent and I stay safe and I give you all these explanations why everything is going to be okay, why
Right.
can't you trust in the fact in that?
Nah,
Is
that's a
it
fact.
is it only because you don't like it and you're not comfortable with it,
Right.
or is there a very plausible explanation for it? So
Well,
say
well, let's say this, right?
yes,
Since you're going that way, that makes for not only a great debate, but an understanding.
a standard
Understanding,
understanding, yes.
because that's what a conversation is. It's getting an understanding.
Mhm.
There can't be a one-track mind that's saying, just listen to what I'm saying,
Mhm.
because that conversation becomes one way. That's not how a relationship works. A conversation can't go one way.
Applause button. Conversation can't go one
It can't,
way.
because it's it takes two to tango, right? You know what I'm saying? It takes two to tango to really do the do, right? So let's say if you have a way that you feel and you want to get that off of your chest, you might have played that conversation a million ways in your head, right?
Mhm.
So when you get to the conversation, this is how you want it to go. But that person has not responded the way you played it out in your head. So that goes into the part where you may shut down or you may not feel like, bro, this conversation ain't going the fucking way I wanted to go. So you get upset about it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times, personally, me, I try to avoid conversations. So I tend to like back down a little bit, and I kind of hate that because me being someone who's, I feel like I became very independent and very opinionated and very strong headed, I guess. I don't want to
Strong
say
minded.
strong minded, yes, and very
So do you
strong
feel
minded.
like you want to be in control of the situation?
Not always.
You
I don't
sure?
feel like, yeah, because I don't feel like I need total control, because I get it if you're uncomfortable with the situation and it makes you feel bad and makes you feel a certain way. But if I'm telling you, hey, I want to go out with my friend, for example, hey, I want to go out with my friend, like just a few hours, blah, 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 and you're like, oh, but you have work the next morning. Oh, you're saving money. You can't be spending money. And I'm like, hey, like I'm only going to have one drink. We're only going to be out for this long. I'm giving you all these reasons why and assuring you why everything is okay. And you're just like, no, no. Like, that's it. That's what you said. That's it. That's not a conversation. It's your way or no way. There was no compromise. There was no conversation. And I feel like that's unfair because
So
you
it's
don't
just to
control
that
another
point of
human being.
right. So it's just to that point where nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Exactly. And I feel like that's the thing. When you get in a relationship, you don't control another human
You
being.
cannot
You
control another human
cannot control
being. No
another
way
human
possible.
being. And that's one thing that I stand by and I feel so strongly about because
I'm
I'm
with you.
like,
I'm fucking with you. You hear me? I'm with you all the way.
because the thing is, like, you want someone to agree with you, you're always going to have the same mind. You're never going to have a different perspective on
Right,
anything.
right,
You want someone who's challenges you, who pushes you to be better, correct? So
right.
if you have someone who's just like you, how are you supposed to get to that place? Not only that, if we're just talking about the whole going out thing, if I assure you that we're in a good place and things are gonna be all right, why is it that you don't trust? Oh
Oh
my
god.
god.
All right. Well, let me get this right real quick.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. There you go. Yep. There you go. There you go. Now the other box. Push it. Push it. Push it together. There you go. Oh shit. Here we go.
All right.
There we go.
Is it good?
Watch your headphone. There you go.
All right. Sorry, the setup got messed up a little bit, but
There you go.
yeah. So I just feel like if I give you all these things that reassure you and like tell you that everything's gonna be okay, and it's still like no, it's either a control thing or an insecurity thing, and that's one thing that I'm like, if I see that, that's what gives me a sign of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Not a man being vulnerable, not a man opening up about his feelings, like showing me his true colors, like someone who is not comfortable or secure or controlling, that gives me a sense of weakness. Like if you're
That's a fact.
controlling and if you're insecure, that's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Being sensitive and open is not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's one thing that when I see it, I'm just like, no. There is something in you that made you that way and is
Well,
toxic.
did you ever like ask the question to where it's like, yo, what the fuck made you that way?
Okay.
What happened in your past to make you so controlling that you have no sense of trust? You
So
have no sense of anything. Like you don't even you won't even go pick up the fucking the mail out the mailbox without saying three Hail Marys or some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A little spit water here, a little rosemary there. Sprinkle a dab, hopscotch. You feel me? All the way to the mailbox and shit. No black cats type shit. You feel me? Like what? Like have you asked that question?
I mean, I haven't asked it, but I did like blatantly say like I think you're insecure and controlling. I was
Okay.
like when it's like okay, so when I notice things like that, I'm like okay, maybe it's just a certain situation, but when it constantly or continues to happen, like I'm not gonna ask you about it. Like I'm assuming, and you're either gonna tell me like yes or no, or you're gonna lie about it. Because even if I mean, yes, I probably should ask, but if they're not being open and vulnerable with you, are they gonna tell you the truth?
Yeah. Well, let
You
me
have
say
to
this right. Well,
recognize red flags in the behavior.
no, 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 no,
Because
no, no,
sometimes they
no,
just be in denial.
no. Let's not say that. Let's not say
They
that. All right.
be in denial.
No, we ain't gonna do that. All right. So this is the thing, right? If you want to be more of like understanding in a relationship, right?
Mm.
And you want to get to that point, there's a lot of things that you have to do.
Huh? Oh, I need to like move
No, no,
over
you
to
good.
be in frame. Okay.
So there's a lot of things you got to do, right? So starting with asking the questions that matter.
Mm.
I'm one of those type of people, right? I've been in a lot of relationships. I ain't gonna say a lot, but I've been in quite a few relationships, right?
Who's that?
What
Okay, I'm gonna say that's not Shanice.
No. So yeah. So I've been in a lot of relationships, right? And it's to the point where we got another special guest.
Oh, another special
So
guest.
yeah,
Woo-hoo.
yeah.
We got J. Murray brother.
Task himself.
You need a
Mr.
coop.
Task himself, right?
Aren't you married? We're talking about relationship.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we
all
have
right.
another
So
married person in here.
so let me get to the topic, right? So like I was saying, I've been in relationships, and
His closet's that way.
so you know,
You're good. I took her shirt.
so yeah, so I do the thing where I ask questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when I ask questions, I don't know, it may sound like a fucking interrogation. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to have a conversation with you. I want to pick your
Yeah.
brain. I want to understand who you are, what you about, the things that you do, why you think that way. You know what I'm saying? I want to get
Mm-hmm.
to the nitty gritty of it. People look at, well, let's say the conversation may get to the point where a person may feel like I want to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me being in control. I talk situational things. So if like you said, if you asking, if you tell a motherfucker, yo, you fucking insecure, you're
Mm-hmm.
controlling, why the fuck are you like that? And then you're sitting there waiting on the answer, and somebody says, well, I'm not controlling. Maybe they don't know that they're not controlling. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, but someone who is not aware of that, then so someone who's not aware of that, they're in denial, and that's just it.
That's a fact.
Like, because you know your decisions that you make, you know what's coming out your mouth, and if you don't, then you're just talking out the ass. And so it's like you have to be accountable for yourself. You can't just be. You're just talking out your ass. Like, you know the things that you do, so you can't sit here and blame anybody else.
What if you're used to that habit and then you meet somebody and you want to change but you're used to that habit?
You have to be accountable for yourself. You're not a child anymore. And if you still act like that, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Well, I don't know the question. I'm just going off
Okay,
what they
okay, no. So basically his question was like, oh, so say like you're telling somebody, oh, you're insecure and you're controlling. And they're like, oh, they don't feel like they're being that way, right? And I'm like, you know what you're saying and you know what you do.
But
And
how do
you know-
who's right?
Huh?
That's a fact.
How do you know who's right? How do you know that
I'm
they're
not-
really that way?
Okay,
or how do you
so-
know that this person just want to be free as hell?
Okay, if they want to be free, go be free. Like,
But
nobody
this what
you're
I'm-
here.
hold up, but this what I'm saying. Okay, say that the woman is telling the man he's insecure,
Mhm.
and that's what the woman is telling him.
Okay, so for that situation, if she's just telling him because she didn't get her way, then first of all, you're a bitch. Because don't do that shit. I'm talking about a mature relationship. If
That's
it's
not-
a continual pattern and you see that constantly it's a problem, like, oh, I want to go out and they're giving you bullshit excuses, and it's because, oh, like you tell them, hey, I'm not going to spend a lot of money. I'm only going to be out for this long. I won't be home late. Like, you're assuring them. You're constantly assuring them, and they're still like, no, 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 because they're not with you or they're not comfortable with it, and it's a problem with them. That is,
person friendly,
that's your, like, I'm talking about your significant other.
Right.
Okay.
Is that
Is
person
that person
friendly? Like,
Is she
already-
vulnerable? Is she or he, whatever she? Is they?
That's trust between your relationship. If she never gave
Well,
you
but
a
it's the
reason to.
question,
It's
though.
not about trust.
It's the question. though.
Okay, but okay, I'm talking about like, what do you mean? Is she friendly?
Like, is she like?
It doesn't matter if she's
No, it
friendly
does
or
matter.
not.
It does- it does
Why?
matter. It does
Once
matter.
you get into a relationship, that friendliness.
Obviously, but
you
like,
can be friendly, but with dudes, it's a different. kind of
obviously
friendly.
not. That's a no. That's obviously a no for me. Like, you would never be, oh, I'm going out and then you meet a guy. And, oh, babe, hey, this is my guy friend I met at the club. Fuck no. Because if my boyfriend did that, I'd beat his ass. Dead ass. Like, who the fuck? No new friends. Seriously, if I didn't meet them at the beginning of our relationship and you just not bring, no. Hell no. Anyone after me don't exist. No friends, no newbies, nothing. That's automatic no, because you don't know that person. You don't know their intentions. You don't know their history. You don't know what type of person they are. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're going out with your 2 girlfriends and there's being like, no, and you're assuring them, blah, blah, blah. It's that kind of thing that I'm like, you can't control another person. If they're going out just with their 2 friends, if they're going out with 2 girlfriends, say, they're just going out with 2 girlfriends, they're going to get like 2 drinks, smoke hookah, dance with each other, obviously, not with other people, and they're just like, no, because they're either not there or they just don't want you to.
Well, let me say this, right?
They don't trust you.
Yeah, let me say this,
but what
right?
if you never gave them a reason to not trust you?
You never gave them a reason. That's different. But if you was
okay, but I'm only focused on that instance though.
Okay,
only focused on that
different.
instance. You never gave them a reason to not trust you. Not one.
Is you saying not giving you a reason as in you doing something, or is giving them a reason like they knew you before y'all got into the relationship and they already see
never
what type
gave
of
them a
person you
reason
are?
whatsoever. I'm talking about before, during, or
Well, that's different.
Future wise of the
You can't
relationship.
explain that.
Exactly. So that's
but
where
that goes back to my thing about the questions, though.
But and you see that as a pattern. Wouldn't you see that as controlling?
Yeah, but that goes back to my question though about understanding where that control is coming from. Is it the cultural thing?
Yeah,
or
but
is it
I'm
something
saying
that happened to that person in the past?
I know,
you know
but I'm saying once you see that pattern, you let it slide the first time, and you're like, okay, they're just uncomfortable with it.
No, that's the problem. Like that. That's the problem. You cannot let it continue to slide. You have to.
But like, okay, but no, say
if
that
you
you're
see the potential in somebody and you like them.
Yeah, but it's
you gonna let it slide.
Nah.
No. Hold on. I'm talking about you're with this person, right? And you, the first time you're like, okay, they're just uncomfortable with it. They don't know your girlfriend. You don't know the girl that you're going out with. Whatever. Okay, right? Mm-hmm. You're talking about that. And you're like, okay, they don't know them yet. They don't know if they're gonna take care of me. They don't know if they're a good friend to watch over me while I'm out. Right. You get that, right? So you let it slide. Mm-hmm. But then you realize it's a pattern that every single time you want to go out or do something without this person, they get defensive and angry about it.
That's what the new people call toxic.
Exactly. So you realize that it's a controlling behavior, and you say like, "Hey, I believe that you're controlling and insecure." Mm-hmm. Not that you've asked them, because they're obviously gonna say no, because they either don't recognize what that behavior is, or they're in denial about it.
Right, it's a fact, but you gotta ask questions, like I said before, because
but a lot of times they blame it on their culture. They be like, "Oh, nah, that don't look right." First of all,
okay, let me ask this. Let me ask this question. Have you got knee deep into that person's relationships, past relationships? Have you gotten to that point?
I mean, I know a little, but I hate talking. Like, okay,
we all do. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to know about none of these niggas from the past. I don't even.
My only thing is I don't like knowing about their past relationships because
we talking about where a person is in a relationship, like y'all relationship.
My whole thing is
like habits. You feel me? We gotta get to the habits. Like what made you that?
Yeah, but
like tell me about some of your relationships. Like just open up to me.
Most of the time you ain't even gotta act.
Yeah, it's gonna come, but sometimes you might have to get to that point. Like, damn, like who the fuck hurt you? You feel who the fuck hurt you that bad? That
I got a homeboy
like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Macho, I'm like, he's still young, but that boy got hurt like early.
How'd it be? You feel me? Because that's the difference, right? When you see a person that's just in that sense, like she said, it's hell fuck no, you ain't doing that. That shit ain't happening. It's not gonna. Instead of it becoming a conversation.
That's how it gonna be, though.
Nah, but I'm saying, instead of it becoming a conversation, though. You feel what I'm saying?
Because are you crazy?
Because when it's
you
there,
can't
right?
Control another human being.
Yeah, it's not about controlling.
Yes, it is. If you tell them, hell no, you're not doing that. That's the last word.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta put your foot down.
Okay, then I'm gonna put my foot on your neck. Period.
You're a woman.
I don't care.
Woman.
And what about it?
I'm the man.
I don't give a fuck.
That
I'm
shit
not
don't work
sexist.
like
I'm not
that.
sexist. I'm the
Yeah, you
host.
sound very
I'm not
sexist.
sexist.
Hey,
You
All right.
are.
That's
I'm
what
just
you
letting that
call
be
it.
known.
Listen.
All right. I'm just
No,
letting that
you're
be
That's
not.
known.
what you
Okay.
First of
call
all,
it.
you're not about
I'm
to
not
tell me
sexist.
what to
All
do.
right.
You're
I'm
not
my
about to
own
tell me
Kiss the
what to
person.
smile.
do. No,
I'm
you're not.
independent. I
You're
was a
not.
person before you, and I'm gonna be a person after you.
Right.
So
You a
you're either
person
gonna
while you
get
in
with
it,
it or
but
get
now we're a
lost.
persons
Period.
with an S. So it's us. I'm the man.
Okay, if it's
Yeah.
us, you're gonna respect me on the same level as I respect you. If you think you're above me, then I'm
It
done
ain't
with
being
you.
above you. I'm
No.
the man.
What the fuck?
Right.
I'm the man.
Okay, so if you're the man, we're equal, right? Yes or no?
No, that don't even
Okay,
make
then
sense.
that.
That don't even make
Why don't
sense.
it make sense? You're a human being. I'm a
All
human
right.
being. What
Are you
makes you
paying
better
the
than
bill?
me? Yes, I do. 50-50. What about it?
All right. Are you changing the tire?
Hell yeah, I know how to change
Oh
one.
my God.
She
What
said,
about
I know
it?
how to. She ain't say she
Listen.
changing that motherfucker.
I'll
She
change it.
know
I know how
but she
to.
ain't changing
I'll jack that
motherfucker.
bitch
She
up,
ain't
take
changing
the
it.
wheel,
You better
take
get
the
your
nuts
ass
off.
here and change it. No,
You ain't finna go out there if your man right though.
You feel
Yes,
me?
I will.
You not
Ain't no
Yes,
way.
I will.
No, you're
Yes,
not.
I will.
No, you're
that's
not.
a weak
And I
man.
have
That's a weak
before.
man. That's a weak man.
Period. Strong, independent. First of all, y'all be fucking with some weak
You ain't changing no
bitches.
goddamn
That's a
tires.
weak man.
You ain't charging.
First of all, no.
That's
she
a weak
That,
lying like
just
a
because,
motherfucker, bro.
just
She
because
changing
a
no
man
goddamn-
wants to do it
A
for
man
you,
that love you ain't finna let you change no
they're
That's
tire.
a
not gonna
fact.
let
That's
you,
a
but
fact.
doesn't mean that you won't do it yourself.
You're not gonna do it
Yeah,
yourself.
come back. I need help. They really sliding on the girls right now. First of all,
I'm keeping it real.
First of
man.
all.
It's authentic. This is what it is. bro.
no.
Nah, we got
Okay,
machines back
we are
there.
equal.
This Niecy
I
back in
don't
the building.
believe-
Men, hold up. Is men and women equal in the world?
I just have one question.
Oh my
First of all, I don't care what's going on in the world. What goes on in my home and my relationship is going to be 50-50. And if you're not with that, then you're not with me.
We're 50-50, but the man still is the leader. He's the
No.
leader.
No.
You should want your man to be the leader.
Okay.
You should want your man to be the leader.
No,
I want them to take charge, but in other ways. Period.
He take charge in the marriage, in the relationship.
No.
In the marriage. Yes. That's
No.
What he does.
No, it's 50-50 because what if the man's taking charge but he leading us into a fucking ditch? Then
That's
what?
what the woman is for, to help him.
Exactly, 50-50. The woman adds that other percentage
It's
to make
like
up the
50-50.
whole.
Okay, that's 50-50. That's what you
Exactly.
call it.
So, no. I don't believe that a woman is supposed to be around. I don't think that a woman is just supposed to be there when the man starts to fail. Because if she's just there when the man starts to fail, she's a backup plan. And I ain't no backup plan. I am in the same plan. So we never do fail in the first place. And if we do have a setback, then we build up together. We get through it. Huh?
You just real arrogant.
How I'm
Real
arrogant?
I can hear it in you.
Huh?
I can hear it in you.
How? No, I'm knowledgeable. Thank you. Mature. Thank you.
That's what you want to call it.
I'm going to call it that. What the
But
heck?
you just arrogant as hell.
I'm not arrogant.
Because you just said you don't, you know you right. Everything you
I'm
do, you
no.
gonna set
See,
him
that's
straight
how you
every
think,
time.
though. That's how you
You
think.
don't set him straight every time the right way. What you say is
No, I don't believe that, though. If you bring something to the table that is a different opinion and that's the opinion that elevates what we're talking about, I agree with you. But I don't agree with what you're saying. I'm just strong-minded. I'm not arrogant.
man, you got a different wording for it. You say strong minded. That's arrogant.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's arrogant.
You're arrogant. You really think a man's supposed to be the leader and the woman's supposed to sit back and do nothing?
No. What I'm saying is the man is the man. He's the leader of the relationship.
All right, so but y'all be getting mad when women turn into housewives, right? When
Who's
they
the
just sit on their ass all day
Who's
and the man
protector?
make
Who's
and
the
pay for
protector?
everything.
Do you protect your husband?
I'm not married, but I would.
Yeah, would you protect him?
Yeah, I shoot him.
But is you the protector? What's your name?
Yes, of course. No, I wouldn't shoot him. I shoot somebody for him. I'll protect him. I hold it down. PIP.
PIP hold it down.
PIP. Yeah, I hold it down. First of all, I think.
You know the truth, man.
Yeah, like I feel like the man is supposed to be like the
You're wrong.
protector. No, I'm saying like that's in the Bible,
Shut
Tamara.
Okay,
up.
Erica,
You grew
shit.
up on this. Like you should. Like I'm not trying to like
I get
I
that she
heard
want to
certain
be the one to
points of
run
what
No,
it.
I
you're saying,
don't.
but
I
I feel like
don't.
no, I get what you're saying, but like us two are like a little bit different when it comes to certain like views and stuff. You hear me?
Girl, what side are you on?
I'm on your side
I
to
don't
a
believe
point,
it.
but like when I say like a man is supposed to be like the protector
Hmm.
of the
Yes.
household, and I understand what you're saying when you say like oh 50-50, like a man like what do you say like a man is
Okay,
supposed to
so
like
if we're talking like gender roles,
uh-huh.
yes, a man was raised to protect and be strong, while a woman is raised to be the nurturing and caring side of it. I get
You said a
that.
man is supposed to be in the nurturing side?
No, a woman is supposed to be the
Okay, okay, yeah,
nurturing.
yeah, yeah.
The man is supposed to be the protector,
Yeah.
provider. I get the gender roles of it all. That's not what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I'm talking about we are 50-50 in a way of what we're talking about and what we're going through. We're equal. You're not better than me because you have the male role. You're not better than me because
No, I get that part. No, I
not
get that
better,
part.
but like over me or the authority over me. You're not. See, look at you. You're saying at the end of
I
the
got
day.
a question
No,
though.
no,
I got a
no,
question.
no, because you said at the end of the day it is. You just said that, and it's not. Wait, here. We gonna fight.
I
You
have
asking
one
a squirrel.
question
Okay.
though. I've been trying to ask this question for the longest. Okay, so like if a man has a female best friend, right?
Hell no. Not best friend. She an associate.
Wait. If a man has a female best friend, right?
Mhm.
And then a woman has like a man like that's a male figure that's like that's a best friend, right? Is this still plugged in? Okay, so like if a female has a man best friend and then a male has a female best friend, like what do you think about that?
I would say I have to know the history, and I would have to know.
Like what? Like how long they've been like
I have to know
friends and stuff?
everything. I have to know everything. Everything. Like I'm
I
telling
got
you.
time for that.
I'm
Of
waiting.
course you.
I'm waiting. Oh, you want
You're staticky.
Hey, ain't no best friend.
to say?
I don't care who your best friend was.
Don't do
before.
that because you have a best friend.
Ooh.
But anyway,
Push a button. Push a button.
Hey, look, we talking about the women.
Ding, ding,
And
ding.
you know why?
no.
And you know why? We talking about because if you in a relationship and you talking you got a best friend, sometimes when you mad and want to storm out and go do it,
Who the fuck she talking to? You hear what I'm
Okay,
saying?
but
Who you telling all your info to?
okay.
Y'all
Who are you
women-
talking
women
to?
is emotional and they want to put their emotions out on somebody, and sometimes they want to talk to their homegirl, so they got a male best friend they can talk to.
So it's
Okay, but what's wrong with getting a male perspective?
We ain't talking to her about our problems.
First of all, y'all looking at something else. That's why y'all talking about problems.
We ain't talking to her about our problems. We ain't talking to
I don't
nobody
got
about
no-
our
I don't
problems.
got no best friend.
We ain't
First of all,
talking to nobody
I
about
just
our
believe
fucking
that
Well, with women, I mean,
you can
either
have a
way,
female best friend, but you can have a female friend, but she's not your best friend. That's it.
but y'all can have a best friend.
No, I don't think that's right. I mean, I just feel like I don't know what it is, and it just happens time and time again that I feel like just to be safe, that you should not have a best friend of the opposite sex. Because it's something weird and it happens time and time again, repeatedly, different situations, different people, where for some reason, the closeness of the best friend, when another person comes into the situation, it always happens. There's just something that they want to be with you, or they're jealous, or whether they want to be in a relationship with you or not, there's just something that always happens.
Jealous, like speak on it.
He said, "Put it down."
That does not happen. That does not happen.
Hello, hello.
Okay. You're on the mic. They can hear you.
Okay.
They can
You hear me?
out there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You want me to turn this up? Look.
No, I can't hear myself.
Nah, it gonna echo.
Oh, turn it down, turn it down, turn it
It
down.
gonna echo.
You ain't gonna hit it.
Ooh, girl, why you laugh like that? Yeah.
So you don't have the two levels.
I also feel like they tend to like be like very opinionated because they feel like they know them more than you know them, and I don't like that because at the end of the day they're their own person, and when they're with someone else they open up a different side of them that you have no like no reason to have an opinion on it.
The reason I think a man can have a best friend girl before a
No.
girl can have a best friend
No.
a male best friend is because women are way more vulnerable
No.
than men. Way more. Y'all
No.
real like
What the hell?
That's-
Okay, first of all, you're not gonna call us
That's
women
like
lightheaded.
emotional. Like,
Nah,
women are
it's
more
a
emotional.
fact.
And men are
I
more
get that.
horny,
No,
so
it's because
they're more likely to cheat.
listen
So
to
y'all
this.
think with your
No,
dicks.
let me listen to
So
That's a fact. And that's
okay,
exactly the
exactly,
point, though.
exactly.
No, that's exactly the point, though. As a male best friend, my intentions was never to help you in this relationship with this guy.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah,
So
even
that's
if it
what.
is,
I'm just saying,
No,
though.
even
That's
if
not
it
my
is,
job
no.
to help you with that.
Okay,
I got
but yes or
female
no?
friends.
Is
I
it
tell
not
them real
easier?
shit. I tell them real shit because I
They
don't.
gonna hear the real shit.
Okay.
But in the back of the head, he still wanna smash.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
a
say
fact.
this. At the end of the day, I'm gonna agree. I don't believe a male should have a female best friend and a female should not have a male
It's a
best friend.
fact.
And the
No,
reason
no.
is because if a woman is in a vulnerable state, it's easy for a male to prey on her, right? And when you have a close guy best friend or a girl has a close guy best friend, it's easy to prey on her too. Or
That's what I'm
vice
saying.
versa.
No,
Not the man
Yes,
wise.
yes, it is.
Not
Man
Because
wise,
we don't-
yes,
we
it
don't-
does.
yeah.
We get into an argument with a woman. We not storming not to go chill with our
Yes, you are.
female best friend.
That's a
We
lie.
finna go hang with our homeboys.
That's
go
a lie.
smoke and drink.
And what is your best friend, your homeboys doing? They're going to get bitches, nah?
How?
They are.
How?
You're lying.
I'm
So
telling you,
you're
we
telling
hang on
me,
the block.
you're telling me right now, you're not arguing with your
No,
girl, and he's not like,
When
let's
we
go hit the
get-
booty
when
club.
we get mad,
Like,
they gonna
you're
storm out and go talk to
lying.
their boy best friend. When
Right.
we get mad, we ain't finna storm out to go talk to our girl best friend.
That's a
We
lie.
finna go chill with our homeboy to go smoke.
So what
and
y'all gonna
drink.
do?
That's lie.
That's not
And
what-
And what is your home?
That's
Okay, and what
not
is
what
your
she
homeboys
there
talking
for.
you into doing?
not what
Oh,
she
you
there
just
for.
need another bitch. Oh, come, I'm gonna hang out with this girl. She got a friend. Come hang out with us.
What is y'all gonna do with the girl best friend? Like, what is she there for? Like, who? Like,
What do
Yeah.
you mean? She just a homegirl. She another nigga.
No, she not. She not a nigga
What
though.
the fuck?
She not a nigga
Well,
though.
that's another nigga.
No,
That's
she
it.
not.
That's another nigga around.
No, it's not.
That's all she is.
Like
No.
Coco.
She another nigga.
You know Coco,
She not.
right?
Another nigga.
If
Coco,
she don't play for the other team, then no, she
she
not.
a dog.
Wait,
Yeah,
for what
dog.
other team?
If she don't like girls, she's not your home girl. She not a nigga.
What the fuck?
For
She
a
is
long
a
time.
nigga.
No, she not.
We done painted niggas together. Beat a nigga ass. What
I
the
don't
fuck?
care. Your girl that you with is gonna be a nigga's ass with you. No.
That's understanding.
Okay.
No, I'm not letting her
What the
have
fuck?
fight. She not beating nobody
Bro,
out with me.
listen.
I'm not letting her
I'm saying
She
this,
gonna
right?
beat your ass.
This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm
She
saying.
might
Right?
fight, but I'm telling you, I'm not gonna let her fight. Hey,
Yeah,
get
it's
your
a
ass back.
fact, bro. But listen, this is what I'm saying.
If you
right?
don't let me
We
fight, I'm
talking
fighting
about
you.
a female best
Yeah,
friend,
we
right?
gonna have to
A
fight.
female best
After I
friend.
beat their ass.
It's a big difference from a guy, right? This nigga who is your best friend, his intentions was never to just be.
How
your
do you know
friend.
that?
I'ma keep
Okay.
it. Unless that nigga gay.
How do you?
Unless
Okay.
that nigga
So
gay.
okay, but thinking that way, right?
No, I
A
believe it.
man's intentions was never to be a female's friend, right?
It's a fact.
Okay, so then why do you
I
have a
ain't
female
saying
best
no,
friend?
no, I ain't saying
Then
no.
why do you have a
Time
female
out,
best
time out.
friend?
Time out.
No,
Time
no,
out.
no,
Can I
time
explain
out.
it Before y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Hit the pause button. I did
No,
answer.
he didn't. You asked him a question.
Oh. Fix it. It's getting too intense.
No,
No, the other way. Get the quick ass one. No, don't work that way. Hold on. No. Is that people commenting? Oh my god. Good thing it's in a bottle. Give me this.
Where's your cup?
Yeah, you got my cup.
I'm gonna just say this
So,
right now. If you
listen,
just said a man's intentions is never to be friends with a female, why do you have a female best friend? Period. If a man's intentions is never to be friends with a female, why do you have a female best friend? Nope, I don't want to hear. No, for instance. Okay, go ahead. You're right. I'm already hearing a wrong answer. That's right. I'm hearing you rationalize.
Answer that too. I'm gonna let him answer first.
Go ahead. I want to hear what you guys
No,
say.
let me
Go
break it
ahead.
down
Go
for
ahead.
you, right?
He gonna
All
go
right.
first.
Say with your chest.
No, listen, there's a difference, right? When I meet anybody, when I meet someone, right? You feel me? Like, relationships are built off of certain things. Guys don't put women in the friend category. Y'all have this thing where y'all put people in that friend zone.
And they're more likely to stay there.
Listen, we don't have the expectations to place you in a friend zone. It's either you are that or you're not. I'm trying to get with you. I'm trying to do this. You ain't in no fucking friend zone. I'm trying to get to a certain extent. So if I put you in a friend zone as a guy,
You're contradicting yourself a little bit there.
not, because
You
as a
are.
guy, if a guy puts a woman in a friend zone, you a homie. I'm not looking at you as nothing else.
Okay.
You a homie. That's
Okay, hold
it.
on.
As a woman, when
Okay.
you place a guy in a friend zone, his objective is to get out of that friend zone.
Hey, let me help you out.
No.
We ain't
No.
trying-
Okay, but you just said that, right?
Hey, bro, watch this. Hey, bro, watch
No,
this.
I don't
Do
agree.
you even
Okay.
conversate with her like a real best friend, or do
We
you
don't-
call her your best friend?
We don't
Exactly.
have
You
time.
don't
Okay,
call
then
her
stop
every
being
day.
fake and calling people your best friend. You
That's
call everybody your best friend
That's a
then.
homegirl that you knew for a long time.
Exactly.
I could call her my best friend,
20 plus
but he
years.
knew her before me.
Okay, but that's the
same
thing.
Like, when
So
a
you're
woman
saying
has
a man. Sorry, go ahead.
No, a
When
woman
a-
is different.
when a woman has a male best friend, a man feels like, oh no, you can't have you cannot have no male
Bro,
best friend.
no.
Like,
That's a double
no,
standard.
Exactly.
It
No,
is.
it's
That's
not.
how life goes.
No, it's
Life
not.
is like
Bro,
that.
we're
No.
trying.
Life is
listen,
like that.
a
And
man
you're
is
one-minded.
trying to get
No, I'm
out.
not.
Listen,
I'm not.
a man
Yes,
is
you
trying
are.
to
Life
get
is
out.
like that.
Listen, hold on.
No, it's not.
A man is trying to get out of the friend zone.
Okay.
Listen, when a
There's
woman,
not all men
Oh
that
my
try
God.
to get out of the
You have a female
Only
best friend.
Only ones that's not gonna try to hit you.
it's the gay
Ugly ass
niggas.
niggas and the gay ones.
Nah, them ugly niggas still trying to.
Them
what you
ugly gonna
talking
try,
about?
but no, they not
They
gonna
still
try.
trying to
They
hit.
gonna hope that it happen.
Of course.
They
So I
not
need
gonna
some
try. They
gay
gonna
best
hope it
friends.
That's what I'm
happen.
saying.
So
They're
Nobody wanna be
trying.
best friends.
So the only
Of
guy
course.
friends that I can have is gay best friends.
Right.
Nah, I
Not
don't
even
trust
that.
them
You
niggas.
can't
I don't
even have
trust
that.
them niggas. I don't trust them niggas. Ain't
No
motherfucking
male,
way. Ain't
no male
motherfucking way,
species
boy.
could be
Ain't
your best friend at all.
And no female species can be your best friend, and
Yo,
that's it.
listen,
I don't gotta
if we
be
had a
there. I
man,
don't
listen,
gotta-
if we
Good, you're
had a
friendless.
male dog, that male dog better not be.
But
your
I got
fucking best friend.
homegirls.
No, you
That
don't.
nigga trying to
Yes,
fuck
I
you.
do.
No, you don't.
And I don't got a problem with you having
Are you
homeboys.
guys
I got
secure?
homegirls. But you
Okay.
ain't having no best
It's giving
friend. I ain't got a
insecure.
best friend.
Okay, so they're your best friend, but you just call them homeboys.
It's
That's
Ain't no
it.
nigga give, ain't no
Well, it gonna
motherfucking
be-
way.
It's giving
Homeboy
insecure.
situation.
Who y'all been hurt
Well,
by?
Whatever you doing.
Who
I
have y'all
don't
been
fuck
hurt
phone
by?
and I'm
what
Y'all
you
been
call
hurt
it.
by.
Oh my God, that's
Ain't
the.
no motherfucking way. There ain't no motherfucking way, bro. Ain't no way.
It's just that's such a double standard, and that's messed up.
Play that shit.
That's fucked up. That's it.
Oh, we talking about double standards now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's break that down.
Let's go.
See, they always want to
Break
bring
them
double
down.
standards up when they don't like a situation that.
No, but
It's a
that's
fact.
true.
It's a
You
fact.
just said
But
no.
when we say
You
double-
just said a female cannot have a male best friend, but a male can have a
That's
female best friend.
facts.
That
That's
is a definition of a double
We-
standard.
it don't matter.
Definition. That's not a
It don't
definition.
matter.
Yes, it is.
We just broke down why the difference is. As a guy,
No.
we
They still
tell
gonna
you
say it double
No.
standard, bro.
God,
Let them have
what
it.
the intentions of a man is.
Okay,
Every
so
man.
why does
Why
the
do you say
attention?
that,
Wait,
though?
why does the intention?
that's what men
Oh,
do.
hold the hell up! Hold the
I'm
hell up!
around
Hold
men.
up! Hold
There's a
up!
lot of niggas.
Why does the
That's
intention?
how y'all
Hold
emotions.
up! Hold up!
What you just
Hold
said?
on.
You say men.
Hold on.
think what they
Wait.
did. You say men think what they did, right?
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. You
Why?
say men think what they did. Exactly.
Okay,
Y'all
wait.
emotional.
Bingo.
You
Bingo.
Oh my
bingo.
God! Be
Bingo.
quiet. Let me say what I'm about to say. Why does
Go ahead, Tamara.
why does the intentions change when you choose a female to be your best friend instead of when a female chooses a male to be her best friend? Woo woo! Why is it different? Oh, you chose a
It's
female
not
to
different
be.
because we never said a woman is gonna try to do something.
So what is it then? A male will try to do something. You're a male, and you
We
have a
never
girl best
said
friend.
that she called you her best friend. We
No,
said that's our best friend.
you have a male
We never
that.
said she called
No,
us
no,
her best
no, no.
friend.
Listen, why is it different when a male has a female best friend versus when a female has a girl best friend? Yeah, but you explain. You men are vulnerable. You men are vulnerable. First of all, if
friendly as shit.
first of all, if
Y'all
you
is friendly as shit.
okay,
About me,
so
I'm
if a
not
woman
friendly.
is
I'm
friendly
not
as shit,
friendly. I'm
so
not friendly.
first of all, I think you guys have that misconception.
You are friendly.
Me?
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You know me, Jamar. I am not friendly. I'm very quiet into myself.
You is, but I'm talking about in
What the
She friendly. She friendly.
She's not
Yeah.
really that friendly. I think she's just like very like I don't know. I think she like very like open and like in tune.
First
That
of
what you
all,
call it?
I'm just
Yeah, she
honest
is.
and
That's
mature. Thank you.
she's not friendly. I promise you. Like she's not like the type of person that be like. Oh,
She's friendly.
First of all,
She's
first
friendly.
of all, no, I'm not. First of all, let me just say this.
Yeah.
If you're saying that a man is trying to get out of the friend zone, right? And you just put a girl into
I
the
didn't
friend
say
zone.
that.
Well, that's what Harold said, right?
I ain't
And
say
you
that.
agreed, though. You agreed.
I said what I said. She took your mic. Oh, I see what she's saying. Yeah, I see what she's saying with the static and shit. Nah, it's not.
It's this
Oh
one.
yeah, it is
Down.
that. Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yeah, but
If a man is constantly trying to get out the friend zone, what's the difference when a man puts a girl into the friend zone?
you ever heard a man put a girl in the friend zone?
Nothing.
Unless they was rich millionaires.
Oh, okay, so that's the only reason why they'll put a girl in
Rich
the friend zone?
millionaires might could talk about it because they could put the portrayal, the image of out there. Even though we know they not doing that shit. Even though we know they ain't doing that shit. Because them motherfucking celebrities hitting them regular females too. What they call regular, the ones that ain't going to all them celebrity clubs and shit. You feel me?
I mean, bro, let's say this, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not typical for a guy to put a female in prison.
Right.
So at the end of the day, bro, we ain't really looking for that. It's not there.
So why would a female be looking for something?
It's not her.
A
looking
female is just vulnerable and friendly.
It's
So
not
it's
that.
not-
you
listen,
think,
listen.
hold on.
Taking
Can I-
advantage of
you
so
just
easily.
Alright, go
I
ahead.
told y'all that.
Finish
though.
my shit,
I just
bro.
wanna know
Finish,
so
finish,
y'all-
because I got.
What?
that a female is like vulnerable to
I'ma
another
explain the
female-
vulnerable. I'ma
another
explain the
man's
situation, though.
friend.
I never said nothing about vulnerability.
Like,
I
can be
did.
emotional
I don't
and
really
vulnerable
care.
to another.
Listen,
like,
all right,
male
listen.
best
Okay,
friend.
look. All right, so look. All right, you got a
Why-
male
why
best
is
friend.
he- why is
Hold
he-
on, look. You got a male best friend, right?
Uh-huh.
So you tell him your problems. Y'all exchange problems and y'all exchange feelings. A regular man, the one you like, don't have the conversation you like to have all the time. You want to talk about certain shit. He talking about this. You don't really want to. You want to really express your feelings, but you know when you express it, he's not finna react to it like you want him to, or say what you want. What he say after that, you ain't gonna like it like that or something like that. You feel me?
I don't feel like
Your
I
best
don't feel
friend?
Like all male best friends are like that.
I'm talking about
Like-
your dude.
No, hold
I'm
on.
talking about your
Hold
dude.
on. Let me explain.
I'm talking about your dude.
Let him
No,
break
I don't
this
feel
down.
like
Let him
all
break
male
this
best friends are like that. I feel like maybe like
No, I'm talking about your dude. Your dude is the one that
uh-huh.
can't really get to you with the conversation that you want and shit like that. Your best friend, the one that you think that just like listen to you talk about this nigga, is really like giving you game because he really like trying to like show you that, yeah, I understand you. You feel me? I understand you. I could do this for you. But he ain't finna say that. He just finna explain that, tell you, yo. And you gonna be like, damn, you always give me good information. And when you really sad, and that nigga break your heart that you with, and you crying, he probably cheated on your song. And that nigga right there, I told you this nigga, I told you this shit. And look at you. You like, you crying on his shoulder. Yeah, you did. You did. I ain't never been through that. I promise you. I promise you, I ain't never been through that.
Let me get this back. Let me get this back, y'all. Let me get this back, though.
Hey, no, I promise, I ain't never been through that. But I know a lot of.
Yo. Let me get it back real quick. Right? So this conversation is strictly based on the
Sorry.
right there. No, you right. So
Hey, but Dre's good. Alright, let's go. Let's ready. Let's ready.
Let me get this back. So, all right. So I don't think the women fully understand, or maybe the viewers don't fully understand what the conversation is, right? This conversation is about a male's point of view and a female's point of view. The argument coming, really, women are starting
Women want to be men.
about not yet.
No.
Hold on. That's it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's another conversation.
Alright, we'll leave it alone.
It's another
But
conversation.
they want to be new men.
I think we need a new guest.
Wait until after.
I think we need a new guest. This one pissing me off.
That's how you know the truth coming out.
Oh my
She
God.
getting mad.
Yeah, Beyonce had
I'm
one
gonna
of
let
the
you
best
finish,
videos,
but
man.
Beyonce had one of the best.
I'm gonna let you finish. Beyonce had one of the best albums of all time.
Kanye.
West, bro.
Like he
She
interrupted
was
Taylor
trying to-
Swift and
Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on topic. Go ahead.
So listen, right?
Where that came from?
Listen. Yeah, he lost. You know, so listen, right? So this is
We
about.
supposed to be together.
male-
And you trying to put me on?
He's
y'all
trying to
together.
finish.
Y'all been plotting.
Playing
That's
against
what it
us.
is. Like y'all supposed to be
Nah,
together.
he was explaining.
Wait, let him
I'll
finish.
let you finish.
I'm
But
a-
go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm about
I
to
don't know
switch
what you're
this bitch and they ain't gonna hear fuck thing but me.
Go
Oh
ahead.
my
Go
God.
ahead, baby.
Listen, man. This conversation is about men and females, right? Men and women. Point of view from a woman's perspective and a man's perspective. Obviously, we're starting to see what happens when men are talking about the perspective of men and the way females feel about the perspective of men, right? Y'all are really missing the whole topic of what we're talking about, right?
Oh, you got me messed up.
Let me explain it, right? Let me explain it. Tell you exactly what you guys are doing. We're talking about female and male best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are explaining from the point of view of a male perspective whether we are the best friend or we have a female best friend. The only thing that y'all are arguing is no, y'all are not. Y'all have never told us nothing about the woman's perspective. I haven't heard an argument.
I'll give you
We
one.
need to get into an argument about a woman's perspective.
I have
That's what
not-
we've been explaining the whole time.
Listen,
Agreed.
all I have heard
Like I
is,
said, we talked about
oh my God.
earlier.
Listen, let me
You're
get
not
back to
listening
it.
to
See, you
understand.
cut me
But
off,
go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
you don't want to hear it though.
Go
See, that's the
ahead.
problem. You
Go
don't want to
ahead.
hear it.
Go ahead.
There you go. There you go. That's it. But
Huh?
listen, as real as it gets. As a woman, you are arguing the point of what guys view. Every guy isn't the same as what you're saying. Y'all arguing the male perspective of how us having a best friend isn't a good thing. Why? Y'all told us nothing about the female or what the female thinks or
They
what's
always
going on
asking
with the
us.
female
Okay, you want to hear a
involved in this
female
whole conversation.
perspective?
No, hold on. Because y'all telling us strictly about the male's point of view. We're telling y'all what a male thinks if we're the best friend and y'all arguing with us, telling us every guy doesn't think like that. That's cool. I understand that point, but we telling y'all what we hear from other best friends. That's male.
I'm arguing
You know
your
what I'm saying?
logic because your logic contradicts what you believe, like what you're saying.
Like
Like
what I'm saying about what though?
you
The
said,
male perspective and the woman's perspective.
You said that
heard.
So do
a
y'all
male
want a
in the
best
friend
Are y'all
zone.
arguing about me?
No.
Like me
You want a
saying-
best
You're
friend?
saying that you're arguing that a male in the friend zone is working to get out of that. A female that you know puts you in the friend zone, whether you befriended her or not, you are in the friend zone. You're telling me that just because you befriended her that you're not trying to get out that friend zone?
Hold
That's
on,
a
no.
fact. That's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay,
A woman
so why
is
is
real-
it not? Hold
that's
on,
a
hold
difference.
on, hold on, hold
A
on.
woman is real
Hold
different.
We
on.
gave y'all two.
If
Hold
a,
on.
If a man friends on you, you is not
We
trying to
just
go
let
after
you
him.
talk, so let-
No,
let
I'm
them
not.
listen.
But hold on,
Exactly.
let me get control of
If
it though, right?
first of all, no.
Exactly.
The
You
thing
answered
is,
the question.
if I friend zone a man, I'm definitely not gonna let
But
nothing
if
happen.
a man friends
Period.
on you, you're not finna try to go after him again.
If I want him, I will.
It's not gonna happen. He don't see you like that.
I'll make him see me
She
like that.
lying, bro. She lying, bro.
Let's say this, right? Let's say this, right?
'Cause she just
If I
said
want him,
that
I get
before
him.
that. She
As
said
a
she-
man, right?
Yeah.
A nigga, this man just tried you, say, man, yeah, everything's straight. That's it. That's all you are. That's it.
Not best friend. He just said friend.
Yeah, friend.
He just said
Everything's
friend.
straight.
Okay, the way you
No,
talking, that sounds like a
everything
gay man.
says, everything.
Okay, friend.
No,
Well,
not like that.
that
Come
sounds
on,
like-
not like that. Okay, say
No, hell nah. It's just like that. We
Best
just told you, hey,
friend.
you best friend. That's
That's
it.
my best
That's all you
friend.
is. That's all you is.
Hey, look
That's
at
all you,
that.
that
No.
shit hurt her feelings, right? Oh, you gay as fuck, nigga. That's the first thing came to her mouth, nigga. You gay.
That's what they
You feel what I'm saying?
Every
She
time
hurt.
a nigga say
She
no,
hurt.
hey, you know
You
what?
feel what
Look
I'm
at the
saying?
shows. When they do shows and a nigga dismiss a female that trying to get on them, guess what the next scene is? They gay.
That shit wild.
I'm sorry.
You
why?
feel what I'm saying? Because listen, at the,
like an Aquarius.
No, I'm a
No,
Cancer.
she's a Cancer.
No, I
Cancer
think she
face.
act
Hey,
like
nah, it's a
Aquarius.
fact,
Wait,
though.
who's
It's because
Aquarius?
your
I
ass
am.
dropped my goddamn mic.
Yeah,
He's
we're
not
doing
the
one right
mic that I bought, nigga. Don't play on me.
now. Ooh,
Damn.
can you pay my bill? Hold on. First of all, no. Y'all, when y'all well, yeah. You unplugged mine. And, um, hey.
Talk.
Hello, hello. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Hello, hello. No, no.
One time.
See,
One time.
yours is working fine. Okay, now I hear myself.
There you go.
So maybe it's only like when you use yours.
Yeah, these aren't. These not the mics that. These just. I don't know, man.
These are not the ones you use in your setup for the other podcast in the office, right?
No, it is because
Oh.
I told you once she dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
If he's playing at one more damn time, I swear to God, all this stuff gonna be dumped on the floor.
Do it there.
Okay, hold.
Tiny. You said this
Stop,
is-
stop.
Do it there.
I've been counting. You said this 5 times already. Like,
You're
what
keeping
is
Was I
it
score?
supposed to
gonna
say somebody else
if you say
dropped
that
it?
one more damn time,
Was I supposed to say somebody else dropped it?
No,
Okay, but you're making her feel bad. It was obviously an accident.
She
You have to
asked me
keep
about
saying
the
it.
same fucking mic, and I'm telling her, okay, well,
No,
since
he
it
from
failed,
the fact that
there's
I
nothing I
dropped
can
the
do
mic
about it.
one
You know what
little
I'm saying?
time.
Because
It's
me and
the damn
Ethan was doing
Amazon
good.
mic you wanna
You know what I'm
buy.
saying? No, this was a good mic. That's a
No, it's
fucking mic.
Amazon mic.
This was expensive. Amazon. No, because that ain't what it is, bro. You know what Amazon sell?
It's a practice.
You know what Amazon sell? This
Oh
shit is
my
live.
God. Niecy.
This shit is live and it's here.
Niecy, stop, stop,
That's a
stop.
fact, bro. That's crazy.
And this one, she's tight too. We like her conversation, but she's tight.
First of all, you're reckless as shit, and you only think one way. Yes, you do. Hold on, let me take my headphones off. No, because everything you said, you never. Oh, okay, let me try to see it your way or see your perspective.
You been talking your way. You ain't letting us
And then
talk.
everything I say, you have to contradict, and you have to be
You
like,
ain't
nah.
contradicting, it's the truth.
Okay, I can agree with you on some things, but every time I say
I
something,
agree
it's
with
like,
you on
nah.
a lot of shit.
Like what?
I agree with you on the best friend shit.
Do you?
I did. I ain't got a best friend. I told you.
I don't got a best friend.
I ain't got a best friend. But like I told y'all with bro, y'all only want to say the best friend shit because he say he got a best friend. But that best friend that y'all talking about is somebody that we grew up with. She done spun out of that crib about type of shit.
I don't care about that. My thing is,
that's our dog. Like, yo.
Who you talking about?
Coco, that's who you said was his best friend.
I don't understand.
I never even name dropped. Where
I
you get
did,
Coco
and you
from?
said, oh yeah,
name
her.
droppers. We got
I
name
did not
droppers.
say,
Okay,
oh,
well,
yeah,
that's
her.
not who it is
I was
then.
just talking about best friends.
Okay, well, that's not who it is then.
So why you brought up Coco?
Because I put up in the
Some
the
shit
podcast.
going on
The
there.
podcast is on live. You said
She put it up for a reason.
no. She know
Coco
no.
my best friend, bro.
But listen.
Oh hell no, ain't no girl named Coco your best friend.
In the podcast, you'll see.
Beat his ass. She beats me.
You already know who Coco. I said Coco and you said,
Bro,
yeah, that's
don't
who
let
I'm
her
talking
fool you,
about.
bro. Do not let
I
her
ain't
fool
worried
you, bro.
about that, bro.
Oh, so you
Do not let her fool you,
You
bro.
know who
Do not let her
who
fool
else
you.
you talking about?
Her sister is.
And she bringing up her own best friend, like, oh, she got a nigga best friend she want to introduce, but
No, man. Her sister over there.
You don't have a line no more.
pop out and pop
You
back
don't
in.
make it ring, ring, ring.
Don't worry about it. We gonna pop
I
it
can't
back.
keep this on the low.
You hear me?
I want to
You
ring,
can't
ring,
even see how crazy
ring.
we is.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, she ain't seen it
Yeah,
yet, though.
should I call
She can see,
first?
though. She can find out.
Crazy.
Oh,
Definitely
wrong
find
part.
out,
We
though.
find out about that shit.
I know
I
that
want
you
to,
said
but a
it.
bit
I want to figure out what's the reason why you brought her up. I didn't
Does
even
she
say
know about
Coco.
the low shit and all that?
I
No?
know about that.
She's tripped.
No,
She's
I know
tripped.
that, but still,
All right,
that
she
don't
was
mean
a
nothing.
no. She was a crip homie that she done beat niggas ass in high school. All that.
I beat a
We
nigga's
been
ass
in high
too.
school 15, 20 years ago.
Okay, so this not that's cool. Are we still live?
Come on, stop that shit. Boy, y'all, fuck that. Ain't no equal opportunity. Ain't no equal opportunity.
No, it's not even
Ain't
about
no
that.
equal opportunity.
No,
Women
it's not
can't
about
have a best friend. Man, he just call her husband. He just call her best friend. He don't talk to her every day. You don't see him on the phone with her lollygagging all the time. Oh,